Hello everyone! Today is day 17 of our 21-day raw fruits and vegetable journey. And this is Renee and Gil of the Beaver's Big Journey. And I'm recording today. Today's day 17, and today's topic is going to be talking about the things that we should take out of our diet. Because, you know, most of this journey I've talked about what we should put in our diet. And I think that I would be doing you guys a disservice if I don't tell you some of the things that are very, very important that you take out. And so tonight I'm going to make an all-time favorite. I'm making burgers and fries. Yes, on a plant-based lifestyle, you can have burgers and fries. But you're going to notice the recipe for my, the ingredients for my bean burger is already on our website at www.b3regiment.com. But I've already pre-made these. So a lot of times I'll make them and then I'll freeze them. So when I'm ready to cook them, I don't have to do a whole lot of prepping. So the recipe for this is already on there. So these are this is my famous bean burger. And so I have the recipe for that on our website at www.b3regiment. And basically we're going to be using, we're going to have a Super 7 salad. We're going to have these beautiful orange potatoes because of all the potatoes you can eat, the orange potatoes are much better for you, orange and purple. You want to make sure you're getting a rainbow. We talked about that. And so we're going to have these. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make them. This is my favorite gluten-free bread. I normally keep this in the freezer, so when I'm ready to eat it, we'll use it. But this is my favorite. And for Gil's burger, he's going to be using these little whole grain buns because he's not really a big bread person. This is a much better choice. So this is what he's going to be using. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get started and show you. I've already took the potatoes. I've washed them off really, really good. You want to make sure you eat the skin because the skin has a lot of the good bacteria that we need to get into our digestive system and into our systems. And so I just washed them really, really well. And because we talked about feeding your ecosystem, making sure you get the good microbials in your stomach, get the good bacteria. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you how to do these. I've already cut them up, washed them really, really well. So basically I'm just going to take them and put them into this big metal bowl, and I am going to take some of our wonderful garlic oil, put it in there. And then I'm going to take our wonderful Montreal steak seasoning, put that in there, season it really, really good. I'm going to add some Old Bay seasoning. It makes potatoes have a really good flavor, so I'm going to add that. One of the reasons that people don't eat fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables, is because they say, oh, it doesn't have a good flavor. Well, if you notice, I do a layer of flavors, and that's what you want to do. I actually want to just make sure you're getting a variety. Turmeric is one of the things I ask you guys to get into your diet every day. If you're going to eat it raw, you're going to eat a ½ inch. If you're going to eat it in your food, you're going to use a ¼ teaspoon. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I am going to use this spoon. Oh, I like to use rosemary on potatoes. So I'm going to put some of that in here. Give you a nice herby flavor. And then I'm going to mix it up. And then I have the oven already preheated, and I'm going to broil these. Instead of frying them, because Gil's not that big on fried foods, and I told you guys that my cholesterol was 187, and I know for some people they're probably thinking that's not high, but it's high for me, and especially being a plant-based eater. You know, a part of what I want to talk about is understanding that even when you're eating a plant-based lifestyle, if you're not eating whole foods, then you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. So I just want to show you, I basically use the oil, I use the Montreal steak seasoning, I use a little bit of turmeric, and I use some Old Bay seasoning. So that's what I season my potatoes with. So that's all seasoning that's already on there. And then, so this is going to be like a savory sweet potato. Instead of it being sweet, I'm going to make it more savory. And you can do that. Another good way I'm going to show you guys during the holidays is how to make like yams and greens and all those same things. So all the same things you ate before, you can still eat them, but you just want to make sure that they're whole foods, that you prepare them yourself, or that someone prepares them. So here you go. Those are the potatoes. I'm going to put these on this cookie sheet, and I'm going to make sure that they're laying individually out flat so that they're not on top of each other. This is actually 3 potatoes, 3 sweet potatoes, and I have them on here, and I'm going to put them in here, and right now it is 5:56. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven and let them start to broil. So here you go. Now they're going to go into the oven. Let's see what we get. I'm going to also, tonight I'm going to cook on Facebook Live. So I'm going to finish the rest of this meal on Facebook Live. But I just wanted you guys to see, and I'm going to show you the end, and we'll take you along on this journey with us. But I hope that this video finds you guys all having an amazing day. So stay tuned, and we're going to go on to the next phase of this meal, which is going to be the gluten-free burger, or the bean burger, and also, and it is gluten-free, it is actually a plant-based burger, as well as our salad. I'm going to show you how to make the dressing that I normally make. I haven't shown you guys that during this journey yet, so I'm going to do that. And so just stay tuned. It's going to be lots of fun. Burgers and fries. Okay, this is part 2. So I have the potatoes in the oven on broil, on high, and I used to always say I didn't like sweet potatoes like that, but when you put the oregano, you put the herbs on it, and the garlic oil, and the Old Bay seasoning, it gives it a totally different flavor, and even a little bit of the turmeric, and so it's really delicious. I want to show you guys something else. For me, a lot of times I like the okra. I purchased that when we were in Atlanta. You guys saw me purchase that, but I'm going to show you today how to prepare it. Because okra is so good for people who struggle with their respiratory system. It's really good for people with asthma. And so I'm going to show you guys how to prepare it. So basically, I'd already washed it and let it sit in the refrigerator. You don't have to do that. That was just something I did. I try to kind of do as much preparation as I can because I know I'm busy, and I don't want that to be an obstacle. So I have this skillet. I'm going to turn it down some. And I'm going to go ahead and put the garlic oil in here. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the other day when I was cutting up, I had some extra onions and mushrooms. So this is my little bag of extra vegetables. Let's throw that in there. That's onions, mushrooms, garlic, and bell peppers. I'm going to let that saute in there first. I'm going to put these extra onions in here because I'm going to put some of these onions on our burger. And the mushrooms too. So I'm going to go ahead and saute that first. And you know, it's all in the preparation. The more prepared you are, the easier it is. You know, I told you guys that normally I do my preps on Sundays and on Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, so that's what I'm doing. Oh, drop the spatula. One moment. And like when Jill got home today, I already had some cantaloupe that was already cut up. Then that way when you come home, normally he either has guacamole or he normally has guacamole and chips. But today, because we're already having burgers and fries, he just had a big bowl of cantaloupe, and now he's about to eat some more watermelon. We are watermelon people in our house. So this is sauteing. I'm going to let this get almost as translucent as I can. And if you notice, I haven't seasoned this yet, because part of it is going to be for the burger. So we're going to have sauteed onions and mushrooms go on our burgers once they're done. And for those people who say, oh, I don't like to cook, you know, it's really more about thinking about the result and thinking about the outcome. When you prepare homemade meals for your family, you're actually giving them something that no one else can give them. So you want to make sure that you think about that, especially if you have small children. You don't want your children to grow up, because we think that only fast food is bad for us. Well, actually, if you're eating at home, if you're eating processed meats and processed grains, that's not any better than eating out. So a part of what this journey is all about is a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Getting us to eat more whole food. And like, you can have pizza, you can have burgers and fries, but it's just better when you put the ingredients in and you know exactly what's in there. So that's as done as I want it for the burgers. So this is just the onions and the bell peppers. And there's a little piece of arugula in there, and that's fine. And there's some garlic in here. So we have that. And this is almost all the way done. I think I want them to be a little bit, especially for the burger, you want them to be done. And the thing that, the thing about vegetables like this, you can't overcook onions and mushrooms. Now you can overcook green vegetables, but not onions and mushrooms. It doesn't change their nutritional value. So we have that. This is going to be for us to put on our burgers right there. Delicious. And now I'm going to put in the okra. And one of the mistakes that people make with okra, and just like with most vegetables, is that they use way too much water. And so I have the okra already cleaned and cut up. You can see it. And I'm going to use this cutting board and put it in there. And the skillet is already nice and hot. And I'm just going to saute them. I know most people don't saute okra, but I learned this from my neighbor. My neighbor is 96 years old. She still drives. We've gone to the farmer's market. We said we're going to do a recipe together, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. But she's the one that showed me that if you just saute it a little bit, that it actually really makes it taste really good, as well as it doesn't make it slimy. And I think one time I tried to show you guys how to do this, and I had some okra that I got from the grocery store. I've learned that I like okra when it comes from like the local market. They're just totally different. When it's locally grown, it tastes different than if you buy it when it's in the grocery store. So that's another tip. If you want to eat, fresh okra, get it from the farmer's market. Because for some reason, it just tastes different. And even when it's prepared, when it's cooking, it looks different. Like the other one when I was cooking it, I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer so you guys can see it. The other one when I was cooking it actually looked slimy. If you notice that this is not slimy at all. So there is the okra. Now okra, unlike other greens, is you can cook this a little bit longer. Let me check on. So this is our stir-fried okra. So we're going to have the stir-fried okra. And we probably won't eat this tonight. I'll probably eat this for lunch tomorrow. But because I already cut it and I was already cooking, I figured I would show you guys how to do it, as well as I'm thinking ahead. So this will be for tomorrow. And even for people who don't like okra, this really tastes really good. And you just let it saute. And this you can let cook for a little bit longer. So I'm going to let that cook until it actually gets to the point that it gets a little bit darker green, where it's not so, I always say this is like a crayon green. You want it to be a darker, like a forest green. And you just let it cook. And if you notice that there is no slimy, ooey gooey, there's no slimy film when you cook it this way. So here you go. This is another stir fry. It's really good. You can actually have this with, like, if you have some, like I also have in the refrigerator some, the other day I made that brown rice with the red rice and the kale. You can actually put this over that. So these are just some really quick, easy things you can do to make your plant-based lifestyle sustainable, nutritious, and delicious. So I'm going to show you the potatoes, and then I'm going to show you the burger. But right now I'm just going to put this into a glass container. And it's important to use glass because glass doesn't, unless you're using the plastic, it doesn't have any of those chemicals in it. But I try to use glass because I feel like it preserves it better. So there you go. There is our stir-fried okra, onions, mushrooms, and garlic. And it will be delicious. So stay tuned for the rest. Okay, everyone. This is the burgers in the skillet. I have not prepared them yet because I'm going to do that on Facebook Live. But I wanted you guys to see what it looks like. So this is our Bing, my famous Bing plant-based burger. And if you look at it, it kind of looks like beef, but that's all beans and mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, garlic, and nuts and seeds. And this is the bread. I always toast the bread first. And then this is our end result. These are the end result of our potatoes that I cooked in the oven on broil. And then we're going to have this beautiful 7 salad, added some nuts to it, and we're going to use the poppy seed dressing that comes with it. We're going to add lettuce, tomato, and I showed you guys already the sauteed onions, mushrooms, and bell peppers. And so I will show you guys the end result later on as far as just a photo. But this is it. So enjoy your plant-based meal. And you don't have to give up all the things you love. You just have to make sure you're making whole foods that benefit you, your body, and your family. So I hope everyone has a great night. Remember, join us on this journey towards living a life with fewer regrets. And join me as I tear down the walls of nutritional ignorance one lie at a time. Hope you all have a nice evening. Toodles. Peace out. Bye.